Ready, set, let's ride. Oh, yeah, we are back on a Tuesday morning, not just any Tuesday. Final week of the regular season for a lot of our local teams. Playoffs are right around the corner. We're into the month of May, and here to talk all things Flyer baseball, longtime skipper Danny Ipson. Good morning, Coach. Thanks for hopping on with us. How are you today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on.
It flies by, doesn't it, Coach? I can't believe this is the last week of the regular season already. Doesn't it seem like it was just yesterday? You guys were just getting going?
Yeah, I mean, we spent most of the first month and a half of the season just doing field work and pumping water off the field, making sure we can actually have games. And now here we are, the last week of the regular season. It does seem to go on by pretty quick.
Yeah. You guys got a huge win last time out, last Friday. What was the weekend like getting that win and splitting with Snow Canyon last week?
It was good. We played Thursday, moved that game up a day, so we were able to come back and regroup on Friday and kind of get ourselves refocused for the week. And then the boys had D-Day dance and everything Saturday, so hopefully they've had a good time. And we got them back there yesterday for practice, and again trying to work to refocus here for the final push. At this point in time, in this stage of the schedule, the most important game is the one right in front of us. So that's what we've tried to focus in on is tonight's game and put our best foot forward.
Desert Hills at Dixie High School. We'll have it for you right here on the Fan Sports Network. You can watch this game on the fansportsnetwork.com. We'll be live streaming it as well. You kind of got a curveball thrown at you the start of last week. Kason Bell got a little flu bug, got a little sick. You had to bump him back in the rotation to start the second game of that home and home with Snow Canyon. What's the mindset now? Do you give him more rest and keep him on the back end, or do you roll him back out there tonight, Coach? Have you decided that yet?
Yeah, we're going to push him back to Friday. There was probably no debate about that. I mean, he lost a little bit of weight, through that sickness, and just trying to give him every bit of chance he gets to recover. He did, pitch Thursday, and what a gutty and grindy performance that he had. Probably didn't have his best stuff, but was still just as effective. So, we always talk to the kids about that's the difference between being good and great, being able to, go out and get that job done when you're not feeling your best.
Coach, I want to ask you about Kason Bell because he hasn't lost a game this year. I think he got a no decision once or twice, but what is he, 8-0 or something? I don't know if he even lost a game as a starting pitcher for you. Can you help me with that? I cannot remember ever seeing Kason Bell lose as a starting pitcher for Dixie High School.
Yeah, I'm not superstitious. I'm just really careful, so I haven't really gone back to look at the stats on
that. Spoken like a true baseball guy right there. Go ahead, Paul.
And, Coach, I mean, I know you don't want to look too deep into it, but if we take a deeper dive on his stats, this is Max Preps. I just want you to be able to be the fact checker here if these stats are correct, because what I'm looking at is crazy. We're talking about a .34 earned run average, 6 wins, 41 innings pitched, 63 batters struck out, and a 121 average against. He is scintillating right now. Just talk about your pitcher and how good he's been so far this season.
The important thing for him is that he's just kind of continued on from where he was last year. He's been able to work really hard on his core and his bottom half. And, you've seen a little bit of jump in his velocity just even over the last 5 months as we've come back from winter and a little break during that moratorium time. As he's come back, he's, really hit the ground running. And, it's just continued on from where he's been from last year and even the back half of his sophomore season. He's been our best guy for the last 2 seasons, and it's just been fun to watch.
I remember being at his signing day. He's going to, correct me if I'm wrong, but Glendale Community College, I believe, down in Arizona. And what a find for those guys. I mean, they're getting
and it still remains to be seen. I mean, that's a junior college letter that he signed. He's got an exceptional amount of interest right now from 4-year schools. So he still has some decisions to make. In terms of what he wants to do for his baseball future. So there's still some options out there open for him. And, it's good and fun to be in that process. But, hopefully the mentality for us and for him is to put that focus on the field and kind of let some of that other stuff off the field take care of itself as hopefully he continues to have success.
Yeah, keep us posted on that. That's I'm not surprised by that he's getting a lot of interest. He's had a heck of a season. I want to ask you about another guy, and I know you guys are a family, you're all a team, but there was one guy that really stood out to me last year, and he's a junior named Max Orton. I think he was 7 or 8 plate appearances, didn't get out last week. I think he was 5 for 5 at the plate in those 2 games against Snow Canyon. I mean, goodness gracious, Coach, what a week Max Wharton had.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, every time you go up to the plate, you get on the bag. That's a pretty good week, and and a lot of those hits were clutch hits for us. A couple of 2-out RBIs in that situation, and again, that's just a tribute to him as a player and his ability to come out, grind out the at bats, and work hard. We weren't sure, that position at second base for us this year. We weren't sure where that was going to be and who would have it. And, he worked hard throughout the summer and through the fall, winter, done everything we've asked him to do, and it's really kind of put him in position to have success. And so, again, it was fun. We moved him up in the lineup a little bit. I wasn't sure whether that was the right move because, if he's comfortable and doing well in a spot, let's leave him. But we needed some run production, and we moved him up, and he was able to maintain that success, so that was good.
The top of Region 10 again. I mean, the 3 favorites, you guys, Crimson, Snow Canyon. Your thoughts on the finish of the season this week and getting Desert Hills? You can't take them lightly. You can't look past them. I know you won't let your team do that. But just your thoughts overall, this is the final year where we're just going to have this, this Region 10, Region 11 before we get a bigger 4A class when the realignment happens this summer.
Yeah, and I mean, I always tend to say that we as a region will continue to have a little bit of an advantage regardless of the size of the classification. And the advantage that we have is that we have to go out and compete, every week. We're doing home and homes, and so whether it's Desert Hills, Snow Canyon, Crimson, you name it within our region, it's never a situation where we can go and say, well, we can kind of take this week off and look forward to next week. That's just not the case. And so I think it gives each of us each of our teams in this particular region a real opportunity once we hit that state playoff to be in a position where we've had to compete every week, where I'm not sure that every other region in the state is that way. I think there are some isolated regions, but, all in all, top to bottom, it's a grind every year to push through our region schedule.
What are you stressing with the guys this week going to these 2 games against Desert Hills? I mean, are you mentioning where you're at in the RPI? Are you mentioning that at all? Or are you thinking about just one pitch at a time?
Really, we're just we try to approach that throughout the season in regards to one pitch, one play, one game. The game that happened a week ago doesn't matter. The game that's happening in a week isn't going to matter. Really just try to focus in the moment, play where your feet are, take advantage of the opportunities that you're there. This season's been a little bit difficult in being able to do that because, like I said, a lot of our focus at times has been on field work or field prep or anything else, so we may be a little bit disjointed. So, hopefully it's in a position where once we finally get to that game time that really that's where we're at. And so we try to take that approach each time, but we have tried to refocus that this week and say, this game right now is the most important game, regardless of what we've done up to this point or what we think we can do in the future. And it all binds on the fact that we take care of business today.
Danny Ipson, skipper of the Dixie Flyers. You can listen to the game tonight here on 99.5, 95.3 in St. George, 93.1 up in Cedar, or you can watch this game on our website. Live stream will be up and going right around 7:15 tonight from Flyer Field. The field always looks great. Coach, I got to ask you, what's it like to coach Boston Vest? Because how is he different from his brother, as kind of a follow-up question as well?
Well, they're from the same mold. What a gem.
Yeah.
What the hardest working kid that we've ever had.
That's high praise because you've had some kids that have put in some work at Dixie High School over the years.
Yeah, there's no question. That kid is there, does everything we ask. So that's all you can ask as a coach.
Yeah, I love watching him play. If you guys are going to the game or you tune in tonight, watch the work ethic of the shortstop, Boston Vest. I go back to last week, especially in that early week game on Tuesday. He could have very easily been 3 for 3. Everything off his bat is a seed. Sometimes it's just a right-to guys.
He got robbed a little bit, especially early Tuesday playing in that wind because he had a couple of balls. And, he legged that ground ball up the middle into a double. And, that's what we try to preach. That's what we try to teach. And, that's what he went out and executed.
I sense you get a little emotional. Is it just because of how much he works, or is it just because of his leadership? Like, what makes you get emotional when we talk about Boston?
Well, it's just hard. You go through this and you work with these kids and you become really part of their life.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a two-way street. It certainly is for me. It's just awesome to see them have the success that they have, and the way they go out and do their business is, that's the paycheck that you get as a coach is the effort that they put on the field and the respect that they give you as you go through it. And, as he works harder, as he improves, as he gets better, it's just been a joy to watch.
I love it. Coach Danny Ipson, real emotion coming out, talking about one of his guys that will take the field tonight. 7:15 pregame show. Lineup cards probably, Raj will have them out there about 7:28, I guess. And then 7:30, we're playing baseball. Thunder and the Flyers. Coach, always love having you on the show. Best of luck the rest of the way. I know these kids are hungry, right? I mean, I had to feel good to get one back against Snow Canyon after they knocked you out last year, and I know these guys were ready to make a run, man. Good luck the rest of the way, and hopefully we'll have you on again soon as we get into the postseason.
I appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
All right, Danny Ipson, everybody, live on The Drive. And again, invite you to tune in tonight. Tune in tonight for the broadcast presented by Boulevard Home. Again, looking forward to it. I'll be over there. Mark Musgrave from the Bleacher Show will be doing color commentary with me. Paulie, you'll be running the show here in the studios, and we will have the action for you. The other game